Hello everybody, my name is Davis and welcome back to another video, and today we are here for another severe weather breakdown. Now we've got a lot of stuff to talk about today, including severe weather happening over the next few days and more. So let's go ahead and get right into it, starting off with the SPCL look for today, where we have a marginal risk of severe weather extending from northeast Texas back into southern Missouri. This does include the cities of Little Rock, Arkansas, almost down to Shreveport, and then back up towards Springfield, Missouri, okay? Tornado threat for today, you have a 2% chance to see a tornado in your area if you are in that green blob there. That does include Little Rock, so look out for that. I think a tornado is possible today, but I don't know how likely it is. I really don't think we're going to see one. Damaging wind threat, 0. No, nada, okay? Hail threat, you have a 5% chance to see hail of 1 inch or larger in your town if you are anywhere in this 5% brown area, so look out for that. Tomorrow, we have a slight risk of severe weather, extending all the way from Alexandria all the way back up to Bowling Green. They have moved this slight risk of severe weather off to the east here. Okay, tornado threat for tomorrow. You have a 5% chance to see a tornado in your town if you're anywhere from Shreveport, Louisiana, back up to Bowling Green, Kentucky. We are likely going to see a lot of tornadoes tomorrow just because of the sheer size of this thing, right? So look out for that. Damaging wind threat for tomorrow. You have a 15% chance to see wind gusts of 60 miles per hour higher in your town if you're anywhere in the yellow blob, so look out for that. Once again, Alexandria back up to Bowling Green. And then hail threat, very similar, but this time only Shreveport up to Nashville. You have a 15% chance to see hail 1 inch or larger in your town tomorrow if you are in that area, okay? We now have a marginal risk of severe weather for Sunday as well, but unfortunately we cannot break that down at the moment, so we're just going to go ahead and move on to what the forecast models are showing for this storm and what's really coming next, right? So right now we have a Clipper system in the northwestern United States, mostly in North Dakota actually, bringing heavy snowfall and even some snow squalls into portions of the northwest and the upper western Midwest. We saw several snow squall warnings today, okay? So definitely be careful if you're in that area. All right, we go into 6 p.m. tonight. We start to see that storm form here across the south central United States as well as the middle plains here, the central plains. Okay, we go into midnight tonight. That's where we start to see some thunderstorm activity, potentially ramping up here in between Missouri and Iowa, right? And then we go into 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. We have a lot of moisture here in the east central United States, kind of in a line from Wisconsin back down into even like Alabama and Mississippi here. Okay, and then we get to noon tomorrow, and then that's where our severe weather threat really starts to ramp up here, right? So we could get a lot of thunderstorm activity. Right now the models aren't showing too much. This is definitely a weaker scan, but I really think we're going to have quite a bit more thunderstorm activity than this is showing right now, but still it is showing some decent stuff in Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky, Tennessee. Okay, so look out for that. This is going to head off to the south and the east, and then by 6 a.m. on Sunday here, we're kind of entering our marginal risk of severe weather that we have for that day, where we could get some more thunderstorms along the east coast here, and then our snow system starts to develop behind this thing, and now they're pushing some of that snow all the way down into eastern Tennessee, right? So this is going to be pretty far down south, right? You could get your first snow in a lot of these areas here. Western New York, that line goes all the way from Western New York back down into North Carolina as well, okay? So we go ahead and play this out a little bit further. That thunderstorm activity really gets pretty crazy here. It's going to bring a lot of gusty winds. That's the main threat for Sunday and Monday, actually, are some gusty winds with blizzard conditions on the western side of this thing and then thunderstorm conditions on the east, right? And I mean, once we get into December 11th at 6 a.m. Monday, we have extremely heavy snowfall and heavy thunderstorm activity across Vermont and New Hampshire here, a 987 millibar low pressure system. That's incredibly strong. That moves off to the north, again, creating lots of blizzard-like conditions for Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, mainly because we're going to have a lot of gusty winds with it, right? So that thing will eventually leave us, but we're not done, because right after that, another storm starts to form out here in the Gulf of Mexico, right? May shoot some energy into the United States, bringing rain and snow to a lot of the Great Plains. And then after that, next weekend, we could be getting some thunderstorm activity in Florida, so definitely look out for that. Some heavy thunderstorms possible, and then it kind of rides up the east coastline there, just being a pretty strong low pressure system in general, bringing lots of rain to the east coast, maybe even some ice accumulation and some heavy ice accumulation in the northeast, and then a snow system once again right behind that, bringing a lot of snow to the northeast and Canada as well. And then guess what? After that, we're not even done either, because we're going to have another storm quickly start to develop once again in the Gulf of Mexico, bringing possibly some severe weather to southeast Texas Texas, if you look there, you could get some thunderstorm activity. So we're entering a very active period of severe weather as far out as we can see, which, by the way, is on Christmas Eve. We could even be looking at still some more thunderstorm activity in northeast Texas, and a lot of rain around that, okay? So late fall, early winter, a lot of people forget it's a very active season for severe weather, but it is, right? Lots of thunderstorms, lots of blizzards, not usually too many tropical systems, and in fact, I think we're completely done with the hurricane season of 2023. But yeah, overall, it's going to be a pretty crazy few weeks, but I will be guiding everybody through it and what you need to know about it. And yeah, make sure to like and subscribe if you want to see that, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.